Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Jay. I just got to work. Fucking chair keep going back down on me. I hate this new chair. But I told you I would tell y'all a little bit more information about the story I told y'all yesterday about the integrity of the dude who snitched on all of us. So I'm gonna start really from the beginning. I'm not gonna make it too long. Just go in and out of some of the facts. When we first started working together, I really didn't associate with any of the people at the job because I was just there to work and make some money. So, over time, I eventually got cool with them because they worked in the morning and I worked the later shift. So I would basically be relieving this homeboy number one because he was there when I started. And the rest of the other dudes I worked with, they all had full-time jobs. They actually worked for the city and then the county. Both of them was working for the water company, the older dudes. One worked for the Baltimore County Water, and another one works for Baltimore City Water, which I work for Baltimore City Water now with one of the dudes that I actually worked with back then. And that dude back then, I had to go in on him. And another old head because they thought I was just some young dude. I was about 23 back then, and they thought I was a bitch like the rest of them little young dudes in there. But I would make my own money, lived on my own. I really didn't care about none of that stuff. So one of the dudes tried to go off on me, and I pressed up on him. After I pressed up on him, he called out for 3 days. Asked them to move my shift because he's a hoe. Straight like that older dude, run his mouth, talk trash to everybody, and they asked me that I want my shift moved. I said why? And scared none of these dudes, so they didn't move my shift. So they just made sure that he worked his days that he worked, I wasn't there. So he worked 2 days a week. So they scheduled him to work on my off days basically. So I didn't move anything. The other dude, we got into it, but he just stopped talking to me because he realized I was about to put hands on him. And I work with him now. But we don't work in the same department. So let me get back to to my ex homeboy, the snitch. They won't. I'm not talking to them. They're not talking to me. And found out a little later that they basically was talking shit about me because I came in there like I didn't fuck with nobody, which I didn't. It's a job. I'm just in there trying to make some money. I already had a full-time job, and this was my other full-time job basically. Because even though I worked at night, they still gave me 40 hours a week. But I just worked basically, I think 6 days a week. No, I worked 5. I just worked extended hours. I'm sorry. That's in the beginning. In the end, I ended up working like 6 days a week. So once all that's situated, I'm working, I'm doing my thing, and I'm not really talking to nobody because, like I said, that's the way I operate. So months go past, year go past. So one day they scheduled me with homeboy because we had to do inventory. So I'm there working with him and everything, and a couple other people. So I'm in the store, and the way it is at night, everybody leaves together. So I don't know what happened. I'm in the back, and I just hear all this commotion. Now they playing in the store. They had a habit of play fighting and all that stuff like that. And so it would be departments versus departments. And he let his homeboy who don't work there in the store because they was coming up there. They was gonna go home with him. So they playing, and his homeboy don't realize it's a game. So his homeboy tackle the dude who wrestling with him, knock over a display and everything. So the dude get pissed. He go get his homeboy. He leave because he live right around the corner from the store. He go get his homeboys. When his homeboys come in, the snitch, his homeboy go hide in the car. Don't come back in. So this boy brought 3 dudes back, and they pressing up on my ex homeboy. So I ain't got nothing to do with it. But the way I am, I ride on shit when it's right and when it's wrong. So I go over there and I get in the middle. I like, yo, ain't nobody gonna do nothing. I said, at the end of the day, if y'all want to go, we can go outside. I said, but they were playing other dude that know what was going on, and that's how this happened. I said, if y'all want beef with somebody, go find other dude. I said, but y'all not about to do anything to him. And after that, we got cool. He was pissed at his homeboy, called him all types of names behind his back. Never to his face, though. But behind his back, and like I told him, I said, at the end of the day, I'm not gonna sit here and let somebody jump you. I said, I don't care if I don't deal with you like that, but I'm not going to let somebody get jumped if I'm there. So fast forward, we cool and everything. And I remember I got into it I got into a situation where I needed his help, and he came through. Him and one of our homeboys that worked there at the time came through for me. Cool. I thought everything was going to be reciprocated, point blank. So then, move forward to the situation with the. So move forward to our situation. So one day we both off, and me and him, we like I said, we're starting to hang out now. He coming over my house smoking weed, all that stuff. Him, my sister, me and his sister, we all hanging out, chilling. I look at them like family. My sister the same way. Look at them like family. We're vice versa. We cool. Everybody cool. They would be over there chilling. We watching movies, smoking weed, like everything. So one day I was riding around with him, and he rear-ended somebody. Now, mind you, my dumb ass ain't have a seatbelt at the time. So when he rear-ended him, I hit the windshield. It wasn't a hard rear end. I hit the windshield, so I had a little headache. So he talked to the lady. The lady was like, she don't want to call the insurance company. She don't want to talk to the police. She gave him his number, and she allowed him to say, I will pay for your bumper. So, bam. That's cool. So then we end up on, this is out in the county. So then we end up on my side of town, Park Ice. And we come out of the gas station. Car waves us through. And now this time I do have my seatbelt on. Waves us through. And mind you, this is like 2 hours after the first accident. Car waves us through, and we're going through. Tell me why some car comes speeding trying to make the light and hit us in the turning lane. Like, knock that car loose. Like, I had a seatbelt on. They hit me so hard. Well, they hit the car so hard that it knocked me back and reclined the seat automatically. So I'm laid in the seat. I go to the hospital and everything. I'm messed up in the game. So I go to the hospital. They check me out, do MRIs and all that stuff on me, and see I'm good. So they asked me, they asked me what I was gonna do about it, because they said, are you basically trying to be nosy, see what's on. I'm like, I'm not talking about none of that. I said, just let me know when I can go. So they do all that. They said I'm good to go. They gave me a prescription for headaches, which they gave me a narcotic, and I don't take narcotics. So that prescription, I never filled it. So after that, my ex-homeboy, we're talking. He's like, yeah, man. He said, I got to pay for my car out of pocket because it was my fault. I was like, what you mean you got to pay for it out of pocket? He said, oh, I ain't got insurance. I said, oh. I said, so you was lucky the first time when that lady didn't want to go through insurance. So you ain't got insurance on your car. He said, yeah, I ain't got insurance. So he put his car in the shop. They tell him how much, it take a long time, but they tell him how much it's going to be. And he also tell the lady start getting with him about paying. So the friend that I am, because of the love that has been shown throughout the whole time we're cool, I helped him pay for both of them. Like, I gave him a lot of money to pay for both of this stuff. And it's so funny that I did that, because right after I helped him pay off his car to get that fixed, and also to pay off the lady, that's when the snitching stuff happened. So, I'm being a true friend. I paid that off. Also, I went on vacation with them down in Florida as well. I paid my money, and then I realized, like, after that, I had got messed up in the game, because my stuff fell through with money, and I tried to cancel the trip so I wouldn't go. I'm like, they like, well, you can't cancel. If you cancel, you're gonna lose your money on the flight. And I'm like, I told them months in advance I wasn't trying to go, but I'm like, what? Forget about it. I'll go. And later, I realized that more than likely they didn't pay the money I paid them for that flight. So, I go. We go to Florida. I have a ball and everything. But like I said, I'm messed up in the game, so I'm really down there with minimal money to spend. Luckily, we went on a timeshare, and, damn near everything was free. So I didn't have to spend any of my money. So I gets back home. Everything's cool. And, like, right after I get back home, that's when I found out about all the snitching stuff. Like, I found out about the warrant on me and everything, because this happened in June. Like I told y'all, what happened with us was in May. So I had already left the job. And then I came back in June. A little bit later, he got locked up, and then I found out about my warrant and all that. And then that's where everything from the last story turns on. So like I said, I'm always too nice to people who don't reciprocate what I've done for them, for me as well. Because I made a lot of things happen with him. I help him move. I help him do stuff, move stuff, and all that. And I thought that was a true friend. So until that situation happened where He told on everybody, and even though he can say he didn't tell on me, but when he told on them, it pulled me in because I was involved in the situation, not directly knowing that this what the situation was at the time, and it fucked me up in the game because I had to spend 13 months of my life in prison, not city jail, county jail, but I wasn't in the system. And luckily, I'm a motivated person, and I knew that I had to do what I had to do to get out of there because I wasn't trying to spend no extended period in there, even though I had to spend a year and 1 month in there, And the only thing I can thank him for in that situation is I don't have to do jury duty, ever. I'm forever off of the jury duty since I've been arrested and incarcerated longer than 6 months. What I don't like is that I had to fight my charges because when I got out, they still had me listed as a felony, and I had to write that to the judge, and he fixed that. But that's another thing. I had to do probation, parole. Like, I had to go through a lot of stuff. And 13 months of my life stopped. It stood still while I was in there, and it messed me up in the game, but it did put a vision in my head where as though I knew I couldn't be doing that street stuff no more, so I let that go. And I got out there in 2006, and now it's 2021. I haven't been involved in, I haven't been caught with no charges. I haven't been caught with no charges or anything. I kicked smoking weed in 2011. Haven't smoked weed since then. Haven't dealt with people the same way since then. I try to keep people at arm's length, some people, and I try not to go the extra mile for certain people if it's not genuine. I have a lot of people who are genuine with me, who ride with me and all that. And it's sad that I have to deal with people a different way based on a dude who I showed too much love to, who didn't deserve the love that I showed him as being my friend. And I should have known better because he was in his 20s still lived with his parents. So that means he really had no loyalty to anybody because he didn't know how to be loyal because he had everything given to him. I was in my 20s and I was on my own already. I had my own apartment, all that stuff. So it's sometimes you got to pay attention to the signs and go past loyalty because sometimes loyalty will blind you to the fact that the person that you're being loyal to is a whole bitch. And I say that with all the fucking anger and disrespect in my heart. Like, he's a whole bitch. And his sister was the realest person in their family. And that's crazy. Like, that was my chick. Like, she was cool as shit. And she never did anything wrong. She got into stuff and didn't tell on nobody. And her brother couldn't hold his water. Like, if he'd have held his water, nothing would have happened. Because they wouldn't have nobody. They really didn't know what happened in that situation. And it didn't matter. They never got the prodigal who knew who dude gave the stuff to because nobody knew about it but him. But because he ran his mouth, it took 3 people down because he got off because they no processed his case as soon as they caught me, which was the last person, and I got tried and convicted. So if he said he ain't snitch, why don't you go to jail? Why don't you have probation? Why don't you have parole? Why don't you have any of that stuff that the rest of us have? And I hope you see this video. I'm not gonna put out your name like that because I don't tell on people. But at the end of the day, you know who the fuck you are. So with that being said, that's all I'm gonna say about that situation, and I'm gonna address it. And if he got a problem, you know who I am. You know my full name. I still live and be in the same areas. So if you want to see me, come through. If not, do whatever you're doing because I haven't seen you in years. I see your sister a lot, but I haven't seen you. And anybody who related to him, if y'all want my number, message me. I'll give you my number, and me and him can meet up if that's what he want to do. But I don't think he want to do that. At the end of the day, a bitch is a bitch, and they always gonna do bitch ass shit. On a lighter note, I'm gonna do some game streaming later. I'm gonna stream Ratchet and Clank. So if y'all follow me on YouTube, or just go through on YouTube, I'm gonna try to stream around 7 o'clock. Probably for an hour or two. And I'll probably also upload some clips of Mario Golf because I got that yesterday as well. Follow me on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, Melee, if you're seeing this on Twitch, or if you're seeing this on YouTube, SAK211L. Also, follow Anchor Gamers, which I'm a part of Anchor Gamers, at Anchor Gamers on YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, Melee, Facebook. Also, go to the website anchorgamers.com, and buy some merch. Like, we have stuff for sale. And I'll see you on the next video. That's I'll probably be the only time I'll address a dude that was a former friend, because I really haven't had any other friends, do me like that, because most of the people I grew up with, they know it's different. We don't rock that way. So with that, y'all have a great day, and like I said, just follow me everywhere.